All right, y'all. So in today's video, we have what is it? 4, 5, 6 in one video. We have the WNBA Angel Reese fiasco going on right now on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. We have more transfer portal madness, and we also have a WNBA NBA player comparison list. So, with that being said, first things first, let's go over this Angel Reese situation on Twitter right now. Kind of yesterday, a couple days ago, but now it's a big issue today, kind of thing, right? So Chicago Sky went on X Twitter. It Before we even start, I did talk about this already in another video, but since we're already here, let's go and talk about it. So that being said, we have Chicago Sky. Here's a pic of Angel in uniform, since apparently the WNBA couldn't find one, right? So you're probably wondering, what does he mean by that, right? Why did he post Angel Reese in uniform since the WNBA couldn't find one, apparently, right? The WNBA posted a promo video for the draft coming up on Monday, right? It's draft day, part two. Part one was last year, right? And in the promo video, let's go ahead and watch it. You don't need audio, it's not that important. Let's just see if you guys can play I Spy with My Little Eye. Let's see if you can spot the difference between everybody else and Angel Reese. Right? See Caitlin Clark in the Prada, right? She's in uniform. Supposed to be a fast forward from draft day to some point in the season. Nika Mule. She's in uniform, in game, right? Got Angel Reese. Now, peep game. Last two players were in uniform. Draft day, they're going in uniform, either in game or just have the uniform on, general, right? It's Angel Reese on draft day. Angel Reese modeling. Now, pay attention to everybody else in the video. Feely, draft day, media day in uniform. Cameron Brink truck, right? Draft day, on the court, warm ups, working on the post moves, right? Rakia Jackson, draft day, in a tunnel with a uniform on under the sweatsuit, right? Sweatshirt. Camila Cardoso, draft day, media day. No media, we don't need that. Um, Aaliyah Edwards, draft day, on the court. Now we watched this entire video. Do you see the difference between everybody else and then Angel Reese? So the whole point of this, right? Everybody on Twitter is attacking the WNBA Twitter because as we just saw, everybody else is either in game mode, preparing for game, or showing highlights of them in game, and Angel Reese is posted up like some type of model, IG model, influencer, whatever you want to call it, right? In my opinion, just really quick, just to get this out the way, because again, I've already talked about this in another video, but since we're already here, let's talk about it again, right? In my opinion, watching this video, it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, if that makes sense, right? Because I'm not gonna act like Angel Reese is not in the WNBA. When I just got her on the runway like these, just modeling, posing, while everybody else in game, preparing for game and warm ups, or the whole point in the uniform. Then you have comments like this from the Clarky community. It's gonna drive people a little crazy. From Connor, I think his name is CEO Connor on YouTube, Game Day Hoops. Cam Brink nor Rakia Jackson had a jersey on. LMFAO, stop the female dogging. It ain't that deep. See, here's the thing. You say it ain't that deep, but to the Angel Reese fans, the Reese's Pieces, this is a big deal. It is. Because, as I always say, As I always say, right? Let this have been Caitlin Clark not in uniform. Let this have been Caitlin Clark hopping off the bus and doing her signature pose, this pose, these, on the runway or whatever, on the tunnel. They take the pictures in the tunnel from the photographers. Let it be Caitlin Clark coming off this bus and her posing in the same product. It'll be an issue, right? Maybe a problem. The Clarkist community is just gonna crash out. The Clarkist committee, the community, they're gonna come together and they're gonna lose their mind. They come together like Power Rangers. The WNBA once again hating on Caitlin Clark. Kathy Engelberg can't stand her. She just uses her for money, milks her for her money. The WNBA hates her. Her colleagues in the W can't stand her. They're jealous. Caitlin, just go overseas already. Let that have been Caitlin Clark, right? But since Caitlin Clark kind of blends in with everybody else except Angel Reese, while she's just on the runway posing, it's a big deal. It is. And it seems as if that they took exception to what he said. Teak, are you blind? Rakia was in full uniform walking through the tunnel, and Cam was in pregame attire. Everybody had a basketball related video except Angel. It's crazy how easy it was for you to watch that video and lie like that. And he responded. Cam was in practice warm-ups in the empty arena, and Rakia had on a warm-up in the tunnel during a chant. Camilla wasn't on the court, nor was the girl from the Lynx, talking about Phoebe. Is it really that serious? I'm genuinely wondering. You can only be serious when it's your homegirl, Caitlin Clark. Let it be Caitlin Clark. It'd have been an apocalypse. Again, they come together like the Power Rangers, the Caitlin Clark committee, the community, the Clarkies. It's over with. You already know what time it is. A CC fan telling people to stop female dogging. I've seen it all. Were your eyes closed on watching this video? Effing dummy. That's how she said it. Hold on. Were your eyes closed on watching this video? Effing dummy. They had their basketball uniform on under the basketball practice gear, and Cam was literally on the court shooting a basket. Right? Did you watch the video, dumb A? Cam and Kia don't have shooters. Angel does. You're being willfully obtuse. Yeah, he went in the dictionary for that one, the thesaurus. You chose to be this way, blind MFer. It still showed them on the court, though, or in the tunnel. Dumb A, shut the F up. Imagine being a Caitlin Clark fan, CC fan, talking about stop female dogging. That literally all y'all do. That's literally all y'all do. Are you the same dumb was or oh my fault. Are you the same dude that was female dogging about them misspelling Caitlin's name? Maybe you would. I don't know. But yeah, you guys let me know how you feel about that whole situation. To me, again, it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb if that makes sense. Like, ain't we're not gonna act like Angel Reese is not in the W. And like I said in the other video as well, Angel Reese, she grows the game, bro. Like I don't care what nobody says, she grows the game, but she grows it in a different way. Because of course, when you think about growing the game, you think about skill, performance, revenue, money, ticket sales, jersey sales, filling up arenas, right? Respectfully, that's what Caitlin Clark does, right? But don't get it twisted. Angel Reese does the same thing to an extent, right? But I think Angel Reese, she grows the game in a way of bringing that competitive, sassy edge the W, in my opinion, didn't have before. Not to say that there wasn't competitive players in the W in the past, but Angel Reese brings that different kind of, as she says, dog mentality, right? That don't get it effed up. I can hoop too. Remember, Fever in Chicago. Remember when Fever was up by like 15 or something like that? It looked like a blowout. And that Chicago Sky came back and won because Angel Reese was talking that ish. He was getting down there banging bodies with Melissa Smith and barking. So I think with Angel Reese, yes, she has the skill, which is improving. I see the green arrow by her name. Her attributes are going up. Again, we still need to work on the layups. You know what I'm saying? Just take our time around the rim. You don't feel like you're gonna make that shot, go ahead and hit a Shea Gillis Alexander for the one time, draw that foul. But any other time, take your time, hit that square. It's gonna be all day. Because once Angel Reese gets the layups down, they have nothing else to say. Because that's all they complain about, right? Am I right or am I wrong? That's all they complain about is Angel Reese layups. She missed layups. She doesn't do this around the rim. Doesn't do that around the rim. Now, when Angel Reese understands it and fixes it and starts making them on a consistent basis, they gonna shut the F up. Because there's nothing to talk about. She'll look like prime Anthony Davis, which we'll talk about in the NBA comparisons video with the WNBA players. But yeah, Angel Reese grows the game in a different way. She brings that competitive snarl, that be more attitude to the W. That makes sense. But yeah, anyways, that's that. But you guys let me know how you feel about that whole situation. Now let's get into what we really came here for. Transfer portal madness. So, first things first, let's go ahead and get into this one. Avery Howell transferring from USC to Washington. Me personally, I seen this a few days ago. Shout out to the person that told me. Um, I like this move. Mainly because Avery's game is going to elevate and take that next step at Washington, being a very high second option, if not number one option at Washington. She could hit up Kelsey Plum, who was a former number one pick from Washington. So she could work out with Kelsey Plum sometime in the offseason, work on the bag, deep in the bag, get her repertoire together for season two. And I feel like she's never going to have a lot more freedom to do whatever she want to do. She'll have the green light. And if I'm not mistaken, Washington is closer to Idaho, where she's from. So if you're a little homesick, have your family, your friends go up to the games, you'll be all good, right? To me, in NBA comparison, this is like Austin Reeves going from the Lakers to his own team. Because every money sniper, she's not afraid to let that thing fly. So she gets some off the dribble action going as a 5-star All American. I mean, see why not? I'm not mad at it. I mean, USC, I don't know what they're doing so far in this portal. They need to get some help. Other than that, it's gonna get real ugly outside for them. But anyway, going on to Twitter, they say I don't understand why she left USC with this decision. Green light, closer to home. Green light. Game gets to expand more. Watch out, Avery Howell. She could average at least a cool 10 to 12, maybe even 13 at Washington. If she averages more, then it's really going to be interesting to see when USC plays Washington next season. Um, Julian Davis, yeah, the green light. She gets whatever she wants. A 5-star with a bunch of 2 to 3 stars around it will be fun to watch. I did see that Washington is attacking the portal pretty aggressive, right? They got Avery Howell, they have another player, and they're loading up on a lot of freshmen, so they might be cooking up something. Now, do I see them making a deep run in March? No, unless they get one of those high-end 5-star superstars. I don't see them making a deep run in March, but I do see Avery Howell getting hers, and I can't be mad at it. And she's closer to home. Some people say it's the money, and she ended up at Washington, maybe being a little closer to home in Idaho. Okay, she said. She's from Idaho, closer to home, homesick. DC Grid didn't want to play with Juju. Close to home, more chance to develop her game and to be more than a spot up shooter. Makes perfect sense. Now I don't know about this Juju slander. This don't want to play with Juju. I don't know where that came from, but I can agree pretty much to everything else. So yeah, there's that. You guys let me know how you feel about Avery Howe going to Washington. Next, we have Cody McMahon going to Ole Miss. I F's with it. I like it. Mainly because Ole Miss and their defensive mentality and Cody McMahon being a crash out. Coach Yo will get that together, make her a top 10, maybe 12 lottery pick. I like how these go hand in hand. Cody McMahon is a bucket and a crash out. She has Draymond tendencies. We seen it when they lost. Ohio State lost in the tournament. She started losing her mind. But other than that, like on the court, she can go. So I mean, I'm not mad at it. Coach Yo and Ole Miss are cooking in the transfer portal. McMahon 16-5. Kalen Peterson 21 and a couple steals a game. Okay, from UCF. Latasia Lattimore with 14, 8 and a couple of blocks. Okay. Jalen Murray 12-5. Okay, so they trying to make an Elite Eight push. And once again, not to sound like a broken record, I ain't mad at it. Look, losing to UCLA like that, Jobby in the portal just like this too. UCLA got us effed up, losing like that. But speaking of UCLA, right? See if there's anything else. Because I did see Cody McMahon connected with LSU a little bit, but this is also a pretty good decision for both sides. You want to pick up a player like Cody McMahon. Oh yeah, this is that clip of her crashing out. Also flipping off Iowa fans. Like I already told y'all, a lot of these athletes not going to Iowa. And it's mainly because of the Clarkies don't know no better. Anyways, speaking of UCLA, they're going through a midlife crisis. I heard word on the streets. I heard a lot of their freshman class is leaving, if not every last one of them. And one of them, Kendall, Kendall already signed, committed to Michigan. She was definitely planning on leaving. And then I get on here and I see Lundeezy, London Jones, and Barker in the transfer portal. Now that's interesting. That's very interesting. And we clowned UCLA saying, they're canceled till next season. And now you see half their roster pretty much gone outside of, the players that are graduating. Lauren Betts, I mean, she'll have her sister next year, so she'll be fine. Defensive player of the year. But yeah, that's interesting. And of course, Kiki Rice, but still, losing London Jones, who is a shooter. Some may say she's, a liability on defense. She is with 5'6", 5'5", so I mean, she can only do so much. And then Barker being a more of a defending than offensive player. She can score, but with her length and lateral quickness, a lot of teams will scoop her up for just that. And then London Jones, where could she go? Now that would be crazy if she went to USC, but USC, I think that makes them shorter though. They need to get taller. I'm telling you, they need to get Del Rosario and Bray Cunningham. Get them two. You got Twin Towers right there, 6'5" and 6'6". London Jones going to USC makes them a little shorter because they still have um, Brian, Malia, and then getting London. I don't know. That makes them kind of short. But playing wise, playtime wise, London's gonna get some minutes. But in addition, Sienna Betts and Lena Village sparked speculation that Jones and Barker may have seen decrease in minutes next season had they returned. They really do that? How old is Village? Well, I know Sienna Betts is an incoming freshman. They get well maybe even then like Lauren Betts, she's staying because of her sister. Like she could excuse me, it's not like she's gonna get up and leave mid season because Sienna Betts is not getting in the game. So they're gonna play freshmen over juniors and seniors? Oh, that's nasty work. But anyways, hopefully they find a home. Because that's what this is all about at the end of the day. Transferring to somewhere you could call home and you can get yours, but definitely a place. Clayton Samuels in the transfer portal. Wow, I didn't know Q Samuels was ready to leave. Maybe again she wants an expanded role, finding a new home fresh off a championship. Hmm. Oh yeah, her right here. So this whole freshman class is going. She already committed to Michigan. I just seen that earlier. But yeah, there's that. Let me know how you feel about that topic of UCLA pretty much going through a team explosion. And last but not least, we have WNBA and NBA comparisons. Now, I came across this on TikTok and I screenshot all 20 of them and decided to put it together in a video to see how accurate these are. Because, for example, like Giannis and Nafisa, never would have thought these two would go together. But then looking at the points, this person does kind of have a point. So, that being said, let's go in and get into it, right? Giannis and Nafisa. This person, well, let me say this first. I seen these on TikTok before we get into it, right? So I got these from. So Giannis and Nafisa, dominant on both ends. Okay, you can see that. Consistently a top three player. Okay, because you know with Giannis, you say he's a top three player. I mean, you know, you got Shea and Jokic. Some may still throw Curry, LeBron. You can say Giannis is top three player. Nafisa is definitely top three. Simple. MVP is definitely top three. You are not arguing with me. Anyway, plays big when the team needs the most. Definitely. Nafisa was dropping 40 in the playoffs last year. So I could definitely agree with that. Jump shot improves year by year. I mean, Giannis, he came in the league as a decent shooter, then it decreased because he started, looking like the Hulk on the court. But his shot has definitely gotten a little bit better. And with Nafisa, I can see that too. You know, her go-to shot is that shot in the post off the spin, one leg. It's automatic majority of the time. While wouldn't have thought about Giannis as a comparison for Nafisa, I see the point. Embiid and Jonquil Jones, elite rim protectors, can stretch the floor from three, can go off any given game, and top five when healthy. See, that's the thing too. Embiid, when he's healthy, he's a monster. But when is he ever really healthy? It's like Embiid. It's like he is good, but then all of a sudden he just don't feel like playing basketball no more. This is the same person that said I don't want to play back to backs. That's why Embiid continues to be, somewhat NBA canceled because Embiid is an MVP player when he wants to play basketball. That's why Philly wants him gone because it's like it's too many years of trust the process every year. How long is this process going to be? Well, when healthy, I can see him being top five. And he can go off any given game because I believe he dropped 71 game, something insane. And Jonquil Jones is a bucket. Seen it in the finals. And can stretch the floor from three. And is an elite rim protector. So I can see that comparison. Let's keep it moving. Draymond Green and Angel Reese, anchors teams on boards and defense, vocal leaders for their teams, can occasionally steal the show. Their value is underrated. Heavy on their value is underrated. Because Draymond, it's like there's times where we just want to give Draymond a hug, and then there's the other half where we just want to drop kick and strangle Draymond. Because it's like, what are you doing? Like, this is not the time for you to be crashing out Draymond and get all these technical fouls. The refs know that. They try to give you the benefit of the doubt, try to bite the whistle, but then Draymond is like, all right, dude, you crashing. But then there's times where Draymond, as it says, anchors teams on boards and defense. Draymond's trying to win DPOY, trying to be Defensive Player of the Year, or at least one of these all defensive teams. I can see Angel being a part of that roster, first team, second team on defense. We know the boards. That's double double. Machine. Hank. Unit. Easy double doubles. But Draymond, he's a super, super, super single double. Single, triple single. So, I don't know. But as far as that goes, I can see that. Vocal leaders for the team, yeah, because Angel Reese, she don't mind popping them gums. And Draymond, yeah, he's technical foul prone. So there's that. Can occasionally steal the show. Yes, Draymond has had his moments. Let's pull up this clip right quick, just real quick. Moments like this is the time when Draymond starts to steal the show, right? Draymond get the ball, go ISO. Goofy Goberts, come here. ISO like I'm prime Jordan Kobe. Off the dribble. Hey! Night night. Feel me? Look at this. Uh-uh. Look at this. Excuse me. Immediate night night. Yeah. So I get it. I get the stealing the show part. Angel Reese, you already know. On and off the court, she's a star. So let's not get it confused. She's an all-star. But anyways, I can see that comparison. I mean, Angel Reese don't be getting technical fouls like that, at least from what I haven't seen with Draymond. About one or two more, he suspended. Let's keep going. Jokic and Alyssa Debo Thomas. Jokic and Alyssa Thomas. Yeah, I almost got confused with Alyssa Smith. Alyssa Thomas. Okay, so we got walking triple doubles. I could agree with that, especially with the messed up rotator cuff and Alyssa Thomas, Debo Thomas. She's still getting triple doubles. Nonchalant until challenged. I mean, I don't. Let's look this up, right? Angel Reese, Alyssa Thomas, right? Was she challenged on this? Was this considered to be challenged? Because the way how she grabbed her neck and brought her from up here to down here, I don't know. Do you consider this challenge after this Google ad get off my screen? So I don't know. Y'all consider that a challenge? Loose ball, and then here's the moment right here. Yee! Now that moment right there, and then walked away. It's the moment she became Debo. Cause grabbing a grown woman that's 6'3" by the neck, wild. It's wild, ain't it? I'm just saying though, like, what is this? I mean, she got ejected for this, but I'm just saying though, it gets to a point. You know what I mean? I understand it. You're trying to get the ball, but it comes down to a point. You can choke it out like this on TV. And then walked away just like, shoot. I'm just saying though, like, it gets to a point, Debo. What you got on my 40, homie? It's my bike pump. It's my rebound. It's my rebound. What you got on my rebound, homie? Yeah, it gets to a point, but I get it. Dominates with IQ and skill. Okay. Underrated defenders. I mean, Jokic, I mean, he's not the greatest defender, but I guess. Ant-Man. Anthony Edwards and Jewel Lloyd. Unlimited confidence. I can see that because Kermit, Anthony Edwards, just she think he untouchable. Jewel Lloyd shoots whatever she feel like shooting, so I can see that. Cold-blooded killers in the clutch. Anthony Edwards has a passing problem in the clutch, but when he want to score, he can get that bucket. Jewel Lloyd, don't look at her to pass, because she's getting hers. Elite perimeter scores. Goes hand in hand. Okay, yeah, they definitely can score. Compared to MJ and Kobe, I guess it's kind of like, it's not irrelevant, but I get it, because Anthony Edwards is Michael Jordan's son. And Jewel Lloyd has Mamba mentality to just shoots whatever. So, see that. Drew Holiday and Jackie Young. Excellent perimeter defenders, definitely. Plays their role to perfection, quiet assassins. Jackie Young says about 3 words a month. When she get in that mode, yeah, Drew Holiday, they just like to touch his buttons, push his buttons. Yeah, they like to get under his skin, like he's not Drew Holiday. Quiet killers who can sneak you, exactly. Play their roles to perfection. Play defense to get a bucket when needed to. Quiet killers who can sneak you, yep. And great for chemistry and continuity. Okay, yeah, I can see that. Now, see, this is where we have a problem, right? This is where we have the problem. Comparing anybody to Dylan Brooks is a red flag. Because we don't rock. A lot of people don't rock with Dylan Brooks because he's, as the NBA space calls him, corny. He's lame, right? He's consistently doing stuff for no reason. Like we get you try to get under LeBron skin, but it ain't gonna work for everybody, buddy. It's not. Get you try to be the bully, I don't know, is he Puerto Rican or something? The Puerto Rican bully, but it don't work. Hustle and flow, it's just not gonna work. It's hard out here for a pimp. Nah, he get. But Dejanay, the WNBA, not even WNBA space, it's really the Clarkies. Clarkies don't like Dejanay because he poked Caitlin Clark in the eye playing defense. It's the only reason why they don't like her. Other than that, they don't hate Dejanay. Simple. Relentless defenders, you can see that. Dylan Brooks is just toxic. Dejanay has toxic tendencies as well, but most improved seatbelt. Don't back down from anyone, yeah. Okay, yeah, Dylan Brooks, LeBron, Curry, your star player, that's his role. He wanna be that guy that sits in the back of the classroom like these, like a YN, right? Dejanay, been going through a lot this year, right? Poking Caitlin Clark in the arm, the Clark who's attacking her, but I ain't seen her get scared. Simple. I mean, her dad was in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken, so that makes sense. Improves significantly each year. And Dylan Brooks kind of does the same thing every year, but Dejanay, most improved player, so and I can definitely see improve. Prone to get loud opposition. Oh yeah, we already know Dylan Brooks, and then Dejanay, she ain't scared of nobody. We keep saying so. I can see that. AD and Neka Gumake, Anthony Davis, consistently top five defensively. Okay, you can see that. Can score wherever and anywhere on offense. Okay. Anthony Davis can get a bucket whenever, so can Neka. That's Shanae McKay's sister, by the way, if you don't know. Outshined by legends is a good point. Because AD didn't have to go to LA. He could have just stayed in New Orleans, but he went on strike, sat out, and played the Lakers. I think he didn't play that game, but he knew at that moment, excuse me, he knew at that moment, ladies and gentlemen, I am a Los Angeles Laker. He knew exactly where he was going. So, I mean, you could say he kind of outshined himself. But even then, LeBron said he the best player on the team. So, I mean, I don't know. Or he was before he was traded to Dallas. But the thing about AD, he just too injury prone. Other than that, he would have been insane. Insane numbers. I mean, he still is, but his numbers would be more consistent. And then NECA, I mean, Sparks, Candace, uh, did she play with Sue Bird? She played with Sue Bird, right? In Seattle. So yeah, I can see she being outshined by legends, and arguably top three at their peak. Okay, Victor Wembanyama and Cameron Brinktrack, immediate game changers on defense. Okay, because Cameron Brink, she was already a defender in college, so that was easy transition to the W. And Wembanyama, I mean, he's 8 foot tall, so he better play defense. Shoots threes well for their size. Yeah, Wemby, when he gets hot, he don't know how to act. He forgets that he's 7'4". So he just shoots whatever and nobody can stop it. Cameron Brink is a decent shooter. Um, Potential to be all time greats. Both are injured right now. I mean, Cameron Brink's coming off the ACL, and Victor, prayers to him, has blood clots right now. So when healthy, I can see them being all time greats. I can see that, and loved and admired by everyone. I guess. I mean, Wimby, Some people can't stand him because they want his height. And Cameron Brink, gets loved by everybody. Devin Booker and Paige Beckers. See this being a very even comparison. Mid-range dead eyes, definitely mid-range assassins, mid-range killers, budding superstars. See, this the thing, right? With Devin Booker, it's unfortunate because Devin Booker is a good player. He's a good shooting guard. But the problem is Devin Booker will never make an all-star team by himself. And when I say that, I mean Devin Booker, as good as he is, he will never just get votes. He doesn't get votes to make the all-star team. Like he always is a injury replacement to make the all-stars. And then as far as Paige, she's gonna be an all-star this year, 100%. Paige's absolutely they voting her in immediately to be an all-star. So the little Pages, yeah, budding superstars. I mean, I guess, and then viewed as a savior for their team. Projection for Caitlin. I mean, not Caitlin. Projection for Paige for being drafted number one, as she should in a few days, to the Dallas Wings, and she's projected to be the savior for Dallas Wings outside of Enrique. As far as Devin Booker, is he the savior of Phoenix? Is he the savior of Phoenix? Because they did go to the finals at one time. But other than that, I mean, Phoenix has been just mid. They got all that talent, all those stars to be mid. Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, KD. They had Chris Paul at one point. They had Aiton just to be mid. They're not even making a playoffs this year. So yeah, you already know if somebody leaving, 100%. Okay, now this is the one that a lot of people are probably gonna feel confused about, right? We got Luca and Caitlin Clark. So let's look at their comparison. Big guards. Okay, because Luca's 6'7". 6'7". Yeah, he's 6'7". Caitlin is 6 foot, so that's in NBA terms like 6'4", 6'5" ish. So I guess you could say that's a big guard in the W, because normally guards are what, 5'7" to 5'10" point guards. So I could see that. Big guard. High basketball IQ, yeah. I could definitely see that. Excellent passers. Luca definitely is a great passer. And Caitlin Clark, I've compared her to Steve Nash as far as her passing ability. And defense definitely needs work because Luca is a 6'7" defensive cone. And as far as Caitlin goes, you're not putting like Kennedy Carter or Enrique or insane scorers. They're cooking Caitlin. And Caitlin's not guarding them. They're gonna put what's their name? Dewana Bonner, Natasha Howard, Lexi Hall to guard them. Caitlin's not guarding the best Mariner. So I guess you could say she could hide on defense from that perspective, but defense definitely needs work. But outside of that, offensively, definitely excellent passer, high basketball IQ, and a big guard. One thing I will say Caitlin does better than Luca is shoot at a higher efficiency. Because Luca, he could shoot, but it ain't like Caitlin, because Caitlin just throw up anything and it go in. So speaking of throwing up anything and go in, we have Steph Curry and Sabrina Ionescu. Yeah, we seen how that turned out. Try to say Sabrina's a better shooter than the alien, the real alien, Steph Curry. Well, that turned out. No matter, even though Sabrina has the record for the most threes made in a round, you're not beating Curry. It's just, he could shoot from anywhere on the planet and it go in. This is self-explanatory. We don't even gotta explain that. Underrated playmakers on and off the ball. Steph Curry, he runs an enormous amount of cardio, an immense amount of cardio on the court. That's why players get tired trying to guard Curry off those screens, off ball screens. And, it's a good playmaker with the ball. So is Sabrina. Amazing off ball movers. Exactly what I was just saying. Creates a ton of space for their team. Sabrina made that three in the finals in the half court. Fell to my knees because I knew it was going in. Simple. Durant and Stewie, the Kevin Durant and Brianna Stewart, top three scorers in their league. When they're on that, they're on that. I mean, Stewie, she was selling in the finals, but they still got it done. Silent Assassins, definitely. Easy Money Sniper and Stewie being you know, as the next one says, tall demigods without a weakness. Hmm. Do they have weaknesses? I mean, KD can pretty much do everything a guard can do, just at a taller height. Shoot, dribble, dunk, play make here and there when you feel like it. Kind of the same with Stewie. When she's on, she's on. It's hard to stop her. Underrated defenders, can see that. LeBron and Asia Wilson fills up the stat sheet. Okay, great two-way defenders. LeBron's 40, still getting chased down block, so I can see that. Two rings and three MVPs at age 28. I mean, that's kind of, I guess. I mean, that's kind of irrelevant, but I can see that. Why he added that. And arguably the GOAT of their sports. Hmm. LeBron, a lot of people, he could never be the GOAT, with the whole Jordan, Kobe, and Bron situation. And then Asia Wilson, I can see her definitely being a GOAT. But the GOAT, oh, there's been a lot of good players. Has there ever really been a WNBA GOAT conversation, though? I don't think there's ever been a WNBA GOAT conversation. Asia Wilson, and you got Maya Moore. I could say this. She might be the GOAT of her position, because then you could say Candace Parker. You could throw her in there, but Asia Wilson, Asia Wilson's done a lot. By the age of 28, two rings and three MVPs. That's a lot. It's a lot of carrying. So I can see that. And then the GOAT of their sports. That's debatable, depending on who you ask. The Clarkies. Caitlin Clark is the greatest to ever look at a basketball. No, that go. Kyrie and Enrique Gumbawale. This is an amazing comparison. Best ball handlers in their league. Okay, it's facts. There's a lot of good ball handlers, but best definitely Kyrie and Enrique. Ain't nobody sticking Enrique, so you can see that. Amazing second options. Kyrie's been a second option since what 2014, 15. And is Enrique really a second option now? So Page is number one option off rip? Hmm, I don't know. I don't really look at Enrique as a two option. Maybe so. Admired heavily due to their skill set, definitely. Both known for taking a big shot, absolutely. That game versus the Fever, Enrique took that shot. Guess who wasn't guarding her? Caitlin Clark. She was not guarding her. It was Lexi Ho. And that's going to happen again this season. Caitlin Clark can hide on defense because now you got enforcers and defenders, right? Bonner who could play a little defense. You got Tasha Howard can play a little defense. They're looking at Sophie Cunningham like she's a WWE, UFC fighter, so I guess she could play some defense. If anybody touches their Caitlin Clark, expecting her to break a shoulder blade. But we'll see, because somebody says she knows karate. So we'll see. But regardless of that, I mean, Enrique's taking that shot 100%. I ain't got to worry about that. Chris Paul and Skylar Diggins. Amazing floor generals. It's facts. Known for their passing ability. Facts. Chris Paul's been a good passer since the Charlotte Hornets. Skylar Diggins always been a good playmaker. Sometimes hot headed. That's why a lot of people don't like Chris Paul because they say he's a 85-year-old snitch. He's always complaining for no reason. And then Skylar Diggins has hot headed tendencies because she did push Caitlin Clark out the way for taunting in front of their bench. Told her to get out the way. Go do that somewhere else, just not right here. Looked unstoppable in their early 20s. Yeah. Chris Paul. Did he win? No, he didn't win MVP. No, no, no. He didn't win MVP. But he was nice, though. Definitely. The Clippers, Hornets days. Yeah. Nice. Skylar Diggins fresh off that Notre Dame run. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Shea and Kelsey Plum. Shea Gillis Alexander and Kelsey Plum. Complete offensive games. Okay, amazing at drawing fouls. Shea, that's all he ever does. Is at least 18 to 20 points off of free throws. And Kelsey Plum is having that dog. What's that? That dog camp coming up. If there's highlights of that, we'll check that out. But yeah, okay. Dripping with aura. Now that's to each his own. To each his own. And heart and soul of a dominant team. Okay? We'll see how that turns out with Kelsey Plum going to the Sparks. Tatum and Satusa Bali Sabali. Forwards who can do it all. I can see that. Okay. Overhated stars. See, this is the thing about Tatum, right? Let me tell you why people don't like Tatum. Tatum tries too hard. It's like some things with Tatum, it's like, bro, why are you doing that? From We Did It, and in certain lines, it's like, bro, like, who do you think you are? You're not Kobe. It's like you try so hard to be Kobe, you're not being. No. It's like, anyway. And then Savali, yeah, she has a tendency to talk, tendencies to start barking. I can see that. Being overhated. I mean, that's to each his own. Some people love, there's half that love Tatum and Satu. There's half that said you don't like Tatum and Satu. So it depends on who you are. Consistency is key. Very consistent scores. Defenders that can do it all. Scores on all three levels, absolutely. I mean, you don't gotta like Tatum, but he can give you a cool 35 if he on that. So can Satu Sabali. At least a smooth 20 ball. Kawhi Leonard and Kalia Copper. Still really good two-way players. Facts. Flies under the radar, absolutely. Because Kawhi, I mean, he's that kind of guy, and Kalia Copper is that kind of woman, that kind of lady. Started out as role players. He was a role player until he sprouted in 2014 and got LeBron out the way. And won that Finals MVP. And Kalia Copper went from being a role player to a starter to a Olympian. So yeah, Kalia Copper's came a long way. A top 10 in the sport when healthy. Agreeable. Agreeable. Kawhi when healthy, when his batteries are charged up at 100%, he's a robot. You be bucking. Kalia Copper, when she's on that, she's on fire. She has takeover. It's hard to stop her. And that's the last one. So, just a quick refresher. We got Giannis and the Nafisa Collier, Embiid and Jonquel Jones, Draymond and Angel Reese, Jokic, Alyssa Thomas, Anthony Edwards, Jewel Lloyd, Drew Holiday, Jackie Young, Dylan Brooks, Dejounte Carrington, Anthony Davis, Nneka Ogwumike, Victor Wembanyama, Cameron Brink, Devin Booker, Paige Beckers, Luca, Caitlin Clark, Steph Curry, Serena Naskew, Durant, Stewie, Breonna Stewart, LeBron, Asia Wilson, Kyrie, Enrique Gubawale, Chris Paul, Skylar Diggins, Shea Gillius, Kelsey Plum, Jason Tatum, Satu Sabali, and Kawhi and Kalia Copper. So with that being said, it's the end of this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you so. I'd really appreciate it. Let me know how you feel about today's topics. Got the W, not posting Angel Reese in uniform. We got, some of the fans, say stop complaining. Other half is we will complain because it sticks out like a sore thumb. And the draft is 4:30, April 14th on a Monday. We got some transfers. Avery Howell to Washington from USC. We got Cody McMahon going from Ohio State to Ole Miss. UCLA explosion. Midlife crisis. We got WNBA NBA comparisons. Chat. We're two away. We are two subscribers away from our first 700. We came a long way, and I am like it. It's not even a word that can really put to explain how grateful I am for y'all subscribing, bro. Thank you. Thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for watching the videos. I come here to entertain y'all as much as I can, the best I can. And yeah, we're two away from 700. That much closer to 1,000. Again, you already know I love y'all, bro. From the heart, from the soul. And just to give back to y'all, give you guys the best quality content that I could possibly give out at this time. Two away from my first 700, man. God is good. God is great. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep it appreciate. We're out here, though. I'm going to see you guys in the next video, man.